There was something really special about going along to a scan, in so much as there was just this excitement to be sharing this with my wife, and just the wonder of that there's a life growing inside her. We went in for the scan. This is in Edinburgh, and my wife was really addressed as the patient. They started the scan. I was sort of given a seat by the side. I suppose I remember maybe just the body language, the way that I was reacted to, that there was almost a surprise that I was asking questions. Nothing negative was said per se, but I got the impression that they weren't really expecting to hear from me, and maybe a bit of reluctance in sort of having to answer my questions. I just didn't feel entirely welcome. The second scan, I remember I was greeted very differently. I was really welcomed in. There was a lot of positive body language. The clinician was just really pleased that I was there, even though she probably was doing that many times a day, each day, and that made a huge difference. And you know, it really helped because the first experience had not been so good. It was just, I suppose, an enthusiasm to see that Dad was present, and that, you know, welcoming of me, and that we were treated as a couple who were having a baby together, rather than a mum who's having a baby. I think it's that kind of care that you hope and expect to have, the kind of the welcoming, and it not just being sort of seen as a functional thing. That kind of interpersonal welcoming style was missing from the first scan. So I understand that the baby is growing within the mother's body. So obviously, mum is the patient, but maybe we need a different understanding for this case, because actually also something of the dad is growing in the mum's tummy as well. The dad is present. When Miriam was born, which was an incredible, wonderful experience, I was so glad to be there. I had a good experience of being on the ward when Emma gave birth. So that was lovely. And then maybe an hour later, once we'd had a chance to have some skin-to-skin contact, I cuddled Miriam, and we'd kind of wrapped something around her and so forth, and everything being cleaned up. Then we were moved up to the ward, and then I was told I have to go home. I couldn't believe it. There's no place for me to stay here. And I know that's normal, and I know that's procedure. Although with Pippa, I got to stay the night because we were in the midwife-led unit at the Royal Infirmary in Edinburgh. And there, mum and dad can stay. You know, there's a big enough room that you can have a room to yourselves, and you can stay the first night. And that was lovely. That was what I would have expected. I was elated, and then there was also a sadness in me. It was a sort of a letdown. I came back in the morning to see Emma and Miriam, and she had those precious hours, you know, with Miriam, the first hours of Miriam's life. During pregnancy, mum can't escape the fact that she's having a baby, but as the man, it's not a physical reality for you. Your body's not changing, and although you can feel the baby moving inside the tummy, it doesn't hit home necessarily. For me, it didn't. I knew we were having a baby. I was kind of excited about it. But when Miriam was born, suddenly it hit me. And I think that's quite common for dads as well. And I was just hit with a sense of just the enormity of the responsibility, because I knew that we were going to be the two most important people in Miriam's life. Mm-hmm. That was an immense privilege, and it was also a bit scary. And so I'd just been hit by this wave of, my goodness, this is such a huge responsibility, and I'm so excited about it, and I feel so privileged to be a father. And that this little baby is ours, and that I have the privilege of teaching her about the world and about life and about love and about what it is to be loved. And then to then be told an hour later, right, off you go now. Yeah, it was really nice. I suppose I got to be there and part of the first few hours, the process of breastfeeding for the first few times. For Emma, I was there, as support when Pippa was crying through the night. Pippa didn't sleep very well her first night. I know Emma just found it really lovely to have me there. Yeah, it was very special. That was really nice for me because up until that point, because Emma was around, we would do things jointly. But then I started going to like a parent and toddler group with Miriam on Mondays, and I made some friendships with mums who had children there and one or two dads as well. Mondays felt like a brilliant way to start the week. Those were my favorite days of the week, and that was a really lovely age for me, between 1 and 2 with Miriam, and where I was starting to see the beginnings of language developing in her, and a lot of time spent with her, singing songs to her, playing with her, and just, I think those are some of my best moments. The first time in which I was getting to be a parent kind of by myself, which hadn't happened so much in the first year. I think sometimes when things are organized for dads, or sometimes it can be like, we need to do a dads group. What I'm interested in, speaking for myself, is all the parent services being welcoming and being inclusive for both mums and dads, and that it's okay to have a space for just mums, it's okay to have a space for just dads, but I've really enjoyed meeting mums and dads. The playgroup that I've been along to since Miriam was 1, I've made various friendships there, and I've really appreciated those, and some of those have lasted for a few years. There's low expectations on dad's involvement as a parent. So culturally, we're expecting mum to be primary parent still, mum to be there at the appointments, mum to do the childcare. I think we need to, as a culture, to shift to viewing parents as completely equal. And if we have those positive expectations of men and women, then they will feel the expectation to be involved.